Hello Bean Team, happy Monday. I'm just hanging out at home, and because I'm spending so much time working from home, I thought it would be a good idea to really optimize my desk setup. I mean, I've been studying at my desk for the past 2 years, but now's the time to make it the best workspace ever. So I'm gonna show you my very inexpensive desk setup, and maybe it'll give you some ideas. I'm very focused on ergonomics and economy of movement and having good posture because I think it makes such a difference. So this is my current desk setup. So the first change I made was elevating my laptop so that when I'm looking at it, my neck isn't tilted down, but it's just at eye level. And what I used for this was 2 Tupperware containers. So because I liked having my laptop elevated on the Tupperware containers, I decided to invest in something a little more legit. So I have ordered this laptop stand. It has not arrived yet, but it did cost $60. So the next thing I changed was my keyboard setup. Previously, my keyboard was like this on the desk. This posed 3 problems. 1, I didn't have as much room on my desk to place notebooks. 2nd, I was a lot closer to my computer screens. And 3rd, it was slightly too high, so my arms actually weren't at a 90-degree angle. So I literally measured a piece of cardboard and I taped 2 pieces of cardboard together, and that is serving as a cover to go over my drawer that my keyboard can rest on. So in order to prevent the cardboard from sagging in when my keyboard and mouse are resting on it, I actually have a jar that is the same height as the drawer placed underneath, and this just offers a bit of structural support so that the cardboard piece is able to do its job. I think a piece of plywood would also work really well for this. However, I did not have that at my disposal, so this is what we are working with. Although this isn't the prettiest setup, the nice thing is that I can still hide my keyboard and mouse in the drawer, and even with the cardboard there, the drawer can still close. I also have a second computer monitor, which I have been using since the start of med school. Having 2 monitors is such a lifesaver, especially when you're typing up notes, trying to play a lecture, as well as Google things all at the same time. The last piece of equipment is my chair. I think investing in something that is comfortable for your bum and supportive of your back is not a bad idea, especially if you're going to spend hours and hours sitting at a desk studying. So the top aspect of my monitor is at the same height as my eye level, so I'm not straining my neck to look down at it. My laptop is a little lower than what is optimal, however I'm sitting far away enough that I'm still not slouching in order to see my screen. Also, you will notice that my arms are able to rest on the keyboard at a nice neutral 90-degree position. In addition, my back is well supported by my chair, and I also have enough desk space to place my notebook. So yeah, that is my desk setup. I really like it. It's very comfortable, and for me, it really makes a lot of sense. It's here! It's here! It arrived! Honestly, what are the chances that I order something, I talk about it in my desk setup, and then it arrives the exact same day? That's amazing. I'm so excited. Okay, let's unbox this baby, and we'll do a little mini review so you can know whether it's worth it to spend $60 on a laptop stand. We can also compare it to the Tupperware setup. Okay, first impression, the box is it's got some weight to it. It feels like it's gonna be sturdy. Also, this is not sponsored. Wow, this is very heavy. This could do some damage if you drop this on your foot. Alrighty, let's take this to the desk and see how it works. Yes, this was a $60 purchase, but it's pretty rock solid, and it's not moving when I push on it, so it feels pretty secure for my laptop. Okay, so next I thought it would be fun to talk about my current skincare routine. I did receive a few questions about that for the Q&A, but just didn't have time to get to it in the video, so let's talk about it now. I should say that from this distance, the camera does make your skin look a lot better than it is in real life. So up close I do have a few little bumps on my forehead as well as some pimples under my nose. So this isn't like, I don't know, don't think that this skincare routine is like the route to perfect skin. This is just what I do. I've done some research behind each thing that I use, but really it's about trial and error, and whatever works for you is what works, but maybe you can get some ideas from this. Okay, so skincare. In the morning, I keep it pretty simple. I basically just wash my face, moisturize it, and put on sunscreen. So in terms of washing my face, I use Nizoral. This is an antifungal, which helps get rid of the bumps that I have on my forehead. Basically what I do is I put this on like my dry skin before I get in the shower, and then I let it sit while I'm showering. That gives it 3 to 5 minutes to actually take action against the fungus, and then I rinse it off at the end of my shower. Once I get out of the shower, I moisturize with Cetaphil. Cetaphil is a very basic moisturizer. I like it because it's lightweight, it's not oily, it's fragrance free. It's just like a basic moisturizer without any frills or anything fancy, and it does the job. And then the last step is sunscreen. I always use sunscreen before leaving the house. It's the best way to prevent aging and wrinkles. This is the one I use. It's basically a milk texture. It's called Ultra Light Advance Weightless Face Lotion. I like that it's milky because it just goes on a lot lighter and smoother than like the traditional sunscreens. The benefit of sunscreen is it gives you like this shiny glow. So I don't know if you're into that look, but it can kind of act as like a highlight. Anyways, moving on, my nighttime skincare routine is a bit more involved. So what I do first is I cleanse my face with, you guessed it, Cetaphil cleanser. Again, it's just very gentle, very basic, and it doesn't have any sort of additional chemicals or fragrances, so that's why I like it. After my face is clean and dried off, I go in with a vitamin C serum. This helps get rid of hyperpigmentation, so I mostly focus it on problem areas, which is mostly around my mouth and kind of like around the jawline. Someone commented on my last video that I should be using the serum before putting on a moisturizer, so thank you. That is why I do that. And then after the serum has soaked in, I add more Cetaphil moisturizer. And then after my moisturizer has soaked in, I alternate between a salicylic acid or a retinol. So I don't like to use them both at the same time. I find it is just a bit too irritative on my skin. Unfortunately, both of these are scented. That's my only complaint. The next thing I do is I put on benzoyl peroxide. This is just a spot treatment for all of my acne spots. I put this on last because you don't want to put on spot treatment and then like spread it out by putting more moisturizers on top. So that's why I spot treat last. And then once that is all done, I seal it all in with a spray of rose water mist. There is very little evidence for rose water. I think it just smells good and it feels nice and it's calming, and it just feels nice to like spray your face at the end. I wouldn't waste your money on this. I don't think it does much for your skin. Something I totally forgot to mention about the rose water is that you should definitely read over the ingredients and make sure that alcohol or isopropyl alcohol or any other type of alcohol isn't like in there, especially not the first, second, or third ingredient, because basically what that's doing is it's allowing the rose water to evaporate faster, but unfortunately it's just going to leave your skin feeling really dry. Before going to bed, I also like to put on some lip balm. This is from an online store. It's called Preventative Measures, and their story is basically, I think the founder's mother had head and neck cancer and all the radiation was really drying out her lips, and she wasn't able to find a product that was able to adequately moisturize her lips. So her daughter, like, or son, I don't know, whoever made this, came up with this line, and it's super hydrating, but it's also very lightweight. So that's my favorite lip balm to go to, but you know, any lip balm does the job. I just hate having dry lips going to bed. So yes, that is my skincare. Oh, the only other thing I have, which I haven't been using that much, is this Neutrogena Light. I use this if I have cystic acne because the light can like penetrate deeper and help decrease the inflammation, whereas I find like topical things like benzoyl peroxide can't actually penetrate the skin deep enough to get to the cystic acne. I don't know if this is getting too like medical. Anyways, yeah, again, disclaimer, I am not a doctor. I'm a med student. The information I'm sharing is not stuff that I've learned from dermatologists or from med school. It's from my own personal research. This is my own personal skincare routine. Please don't come for me. Do your own research. But yes, that is my skincare routine. Well, that brings us to the end of this vlog. Thank you for hanging out with me. Hopefully that gave you some ideas. And as always, I hope you are staying healthy and well, and I will see you in the next one.